Help me reach 1,000 subscribers so more people see how deep human betrayal really cuts. Now, pull up a chair. The glass didn't just slip. It detonated in my hand like the first crack in a perfect illusion. Red wine poured across the counter, arterial, almost alive, and somewhere behind me, Bailey's voice still echoed, laughing at one of her own barbed jokes. That was my first real dopamine drop, the chemical signature of truth colliding with denial. My amygdala lit up like a warning flare before my logic caught up. When I met my wife, Emily, at a New Year's party, it felt like destiny dressed in sequins. She was warm, brilliant, intuitive, the kind of woman whose laugh rewires your heartbeat. But every story has a hidden variable. Hers was Bailey, her older sister, the self-appointed gatekeeper of good men. From the start, Bailey studied me like I was a lab specimen she meant to dissect. Every compliment had an undertone of threat. "You're almost too calm," she'd say. "Guys like you usually hide something." At first, I chalked it up to sibling protectiveness. Emily swore they were inseparable, practically twins. But my body disagreed. Every time Bailey walked into a room, my vagus nerve tightened. My chest got that static charge of cortisol that precedes emotional danger. Months passed. Engagement ring. Champagne. Applause. Everyone smiled, except Bailey. She left early with a fake cough and tighter jaw than her dress. I thought that was the end of it. It was the beginning of a psychological experiment I never volunteered for. Marriage was supposed to stabilize dopamine and oxytocin, bonding chemistry, comfort, safety. Instead, it became a live-wire circuit of suspicion and adrenaline. Bailey's first strike came quietly. Emily sat on the edge of the bed one night, phone in hand, eyes glazed with cortisol-dilated pupils. She said she saw you downtown with another woman. I laughed, but my voice came out wrong. Too high, too defensive. What woman?
She didn't know. Couldn't say.
Bailey didn't want to cause problems. I offered my location history. Bank receipts.
Proof.
Logic. But logic can't compete with emotional contagion. Fear hijacks reason. Dopamine plummets, cortisol spikes, trust corrodes. Weeks later, Emily was rifling through my phone while the shower steamed. Her shame trembled in the mirror, but she still said, "I just needed to know." Know what? That Bailey owned her prefrontal cortex? Then came the bombshell. Emily burst through the door crying, shaking, waving screenshots. Proof I'd been cheating. Dating app profiles. Texts. I felt my nervous system go cold, parasympathetic collapse. The images were bad Photoshop, old photos from before we even met, fonts that didn't match, timestamps that contradicted physics. I called a friend in tech for verification. He confirmed it. Fabricated. I thought that would clear me. Instead, Emily doubled down. My sister wouldn't lie. Belief had rewired her brain deeper than evidence could reach. So, I built my own experiment. A voice-activated recorder under the living room shelf. A calm invitation for Bailey to talk things out. She arrived, all honeyed sympathy. "I just want what's best for her," she said. But pressure makes truth leak. By the 30-minute mark, her tone sharpened. Of course I made it all up. He's not good enough for her. She's so gullible it was almost too easy. Hearing it later, my dopamine surged, a sick kind of indication.
Proof.
Finally, proof. When I played the recording for Emily, expecting relief, she looked at me like I'd confessed a crime. "You invaded her privacy?" she screamed. She called me a manipulator for catching the manipulator. That night I lay awake, heart rate stuck at 110 BPM, body locked in sympathetic overdrive. I realized love isn't lost in explosions. It's lost in micro-betrayals of logic, one neuron at a time. When reason fails, strategy replaces emotion. I hired a private investigator, not out of vengeance, but survival. If Bailey wanted a war of perception, I'd arm myself with reality. The report landed like a moral sledgehammer. Photos. Hotel receipts. Explicit messages. Bailey wasn't protecting a sister. She was deflecting her own guilt, an affair with her husband's best friend. For the first time in months, My body felt alignment between mind and truth. Adrenaline and clarity, clean burn. I presented everything to Emily. The recording, the affair proof, the timeline. Either you stand with truth, I said, or you stand with her. She chose her sister. She said hiring a PI made me obsessive. That even if Bailey had lied, I'd gone too far. Something in me finally shut off, like flipping a neural breaker. No anger, no begging, just the stillness that comes when your oxytocin supply runs dry. I moved out, filed for divorce, and mailed the affair evidence anonymously to Bailey's husband. Within days, the dominoes fell. Confrontation, confession, separation. Emily showed up at my door, raging that I'd destroyed her family. I let her scream. Then I said quietly, "No, Bailey did. I just turned on the lights." 2 months later, the emotional debris settled. Emily texted apologies I never answered. Bailey lost her marriage, her apartment, her reputation. Moved in with Emily. Now they're devouring each other. 2 dopamine-starved addicts fighting over the last scrap of self-righteousness. My divorce finalized yesterday. And for the first time in years, my heart beats at resting rhythm. No spikes. No cortisol storms. Just equilibrium. Sometimes revenge isn't rage. It's the quiet recalibration of a nervous system finally free from lies. Thanks for watching, and help me reach 1,000 subscribers so I can keep exposing how emotion, chemistry, and betrayal really work. Until next time, remember, every heartbeat keeps score, even when your mind refuses to.